First things first, question 1, I want to find the solutions for this equation. And you'll notice that both terms have x's, so I can take a common factor of x out. So I'm left with x squared minus 5 equals 0. Now, I haven't fully factorized this because I can still factorize what's in the brackets. So I notice it's a dot pattern. So we've got x minus root 5, x plus root 5 equals 0. Okay, so my solutions for x are x equals 0, x equals root 5, and x equals negative root 5 because of the null factor law. So the answer is E for question 1. Question 2, so I know I have P of x and Q of x. If I divide the two, what is my remainder? Now, please don't automatically go, oh, I need to use long division. It's a multiple choice question. It's meant to be short. Okay. So the trick is, whatever x value makes the divisor 0, you sub that into the original. So x must equal 2 for this thing to equal 0. Okay, so what you're trying to find to get the remainder is P of 2. Okay, so you're subbing 2 in the original. 2 cubed is 8. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 2. So the remainder would be 14 minus 2, which is 12. So the answer is E. Question 3. The expansion of 2x cubed plus 1 is. Now, the general expansion of this is a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3b squared a plus b cubed. Okay, now you can do it like this if you want. So you can go 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. What you're going to do is you're going to expand this first, and then the result of it, you times it with that. Okay, so don't times all three of them together. You just expand that first, simplify, and then times it with that. But this is a far easier way. So I can, because I know 2x plus 1 cubed equals the first term cubed, which is 2 cubed is 8, x cubed is 3. 3 times the first term squared, so a squared, not a squared, sorry. We have 2x squared times 1 plus 3 times the second term squared, 1 squared times 2x, and then b cubed, so 1 cubed, just 1. Okay, so you get x cubed plus 4x squared times 3 is 12x squared. And then we've got 3 times 2x is 6x plus 1. Okay, so the answer should be, let's see, which one is it? It's E. Okay, so question 3 is E. Question 4, this is the difference of 2 cubes. I can rewrite it like this, 3a minus 2, not 3a minus 2, 3a cubed minus 2 cubed. Okay, so it's the difference of cubes. So when you factorize it, you get 3a minus 2. Okay, brackets. You square the first term, so that's 9a squared. Then you go multiply, so there'll be a plus. You multiply the 3a with the 2, so you get plus 6a, and then you square the last term. So you square the 2. So 2 squared is 4. So your answer should be 9a squared plus 6a plus 4. 9a squared, okay, so it should be E. Question 5. One of the linear factors is, so you try each one, P of 1 equals 2 plus 1 minus 13 plus 6. No, that does not equal 0. P of negative 1. Let's try that. Negative 2 plus 1 plus 13 plus 6. No, it does not give you 0. Let's try P of 2. P of 2, so 2 cubes 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 squared is 4 minus 26 plus 6. Yes, that actually works. So x minus 2 must be a factor. So x minus 2, so easy answer. Question 6, graph shown the range. Remember the lowest value to the highest value. The lowest value is here. The highest value is up here. Okay, that's not including it. Okay, so it's between here to there. So the lowest value is negative 42.03, includes it. So it's either this one or that one. Obviously it goes up to 60, but doesn't include 60. So that's the one we want. So include bracket and exclude bracket. So square brackets include, round brackets exclude. Okay, question extend response. So question 1, solve each of the following. Okay, so I can move the 16 to the other side. Get 2x minus 5 cubed. I divide both sides by 2. So negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. X minus 5 cubed. Take the cube root of both sides. The cube root of negative 8, x minus 5, cube root of negative 8. So what times what gives you negative 8? It must be negative 2. So x would equal positive 3. Done. B. I can move all the terms to one side. Factorize. So I can take common factor of x out. X minus 6x plus 9. This is a cross method. Okay. So two numbers that multiply to give you 9 but add to give you negative 6 must be negative 3, negative 3. Okay, so x plus 3, x plus 3 equals 0. So x equals 0 and 3 only for using our factor law. Question 2, when this is divided by this, there's a remainder of 3. Now remember the cheat way. If I want to get the remainder of something, you just look at the divisor. You find the value of x, which makes the divisor equal to 0. So if x equals 1, that happens. So if you sub in x of 1 or q of 1, then you should get a remainder of 3. So that's what it's telling you. So you know that when I sub in 1 for x, I get a remainder of 3. So if I sub in 1 into the equation, q of 1, I should get a remainder of 3. So just sub it into 2 times 1 cubed is just 2. Minus a plus 5 minus 2. Let's just solve for a. So the 2's cancel each other out. If I move the 5, or I'll move a over to this side, so that becomes positive, and I'll move the 3 over to that side. So a would equal 2. Done. So you need to know this theory, okay? Because you don't always have to use long division to get this. Polynomial has two linear factors at x plus 1. So keyword factors. Factors means it divides into perfectly. So the remainder will be 0 if I divide it. So if I divide this by x plus 1, it's the same as p of negative 1. Okay, because if I sub in negative 1 into this divisor, that thing equals 0. So it shows that if I do p of negative 1, I get a remainder of 0. Okay, so we know p of negative 1 equals 0, which equals, so I'm just going to sub in negative 1. So negative 1 plus m minus n minus 8 equals 0, because that's my first equation. The second equation, p of positive 2. Okay, so p of 2. Remember, what makes that 0? X must equal 2. So p of 2, 2 cubes, well, it equals 0 first. 2 cubed is 8, plus 4m plus 2n minus 8. Okay, two equations, 1, 2. And solve this equation to determine m and n. Okay, so I'm going to rearrange the equation. I'll put the numbers one side. So I'm going to move the 1 and 8 to the other side. So that becomes a 9. M minus n. I'm going to, the 8 cancel here. So we're left with 0 equals 4m plus 2n. 2n. I can multiply this equation by 2. So I get, what I get is 18 equals 2m minus 2n. 0 equals 4m plus 2n. Now I can add the two equations together. So I get 18 equals 6m, and the 2n and negative 2n plus 2n will cancel. So m would equal, if I divide by 6, 3 6 is 18, so m equals 3. And then sub into one of the equations. I'll sub into this equation here. So 9 equals, my m is 3, my n must be, if I move the n to the other side, hang on, my m is 3. If I move the n to the other side, so I move it down here and I move the 9 to the other side. So 3 minus 9 is -6. So n equals -6, m equals 3. Okay, there's multiple ways you can obviously solve this. You can do substitution if you want. It's up to you. Okay, but I've just used elimination. Question 4. For the polynomial, this, use factoring to determine one of the linear factors. So p of 1, 1 plus 2 minus 11 minus 12. Obviously does not give you 0. P of -1, let's try that. -1 plus 2 plus 11 minus 12. That's minus 13 plus 13. Yes, that does give me 0. So we're happy. So determine one linear factor. So read the question. We want to spell out what the factor is. So x plus 1 must be a factor. Okay? It's the opposite of what you sub in. Okay. Use long division. So it says specifically use long division, so you can't use bidirection if it tells you to use long division. So you literally got to use long division to determine the quotient of px when you divide by the factor found in A. So I'm going to go x plus 1 is the divisor, x cubed plus 2x squared minus 11x minus 12. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go leading term divided by leading term. So that's x squared, put it at the top, multiplied by the divisor. So that's x cubed plus x squared. Subtraction. 2x squared minus x squared is just x squared. I drop the 11x. Now I go leading term divided by leading term. So that's x. Multiply that by the divisor again. X multiplied by the divisor. So x times x is x squared. 1 times x is x. Subtraction. Negative 11x minus x is negative 12x. Negative 12. Okay, negative 12 here. Leading term divided by leading term. So that should give me negative 12. Okay, so multiply negative 12 by the divisor, so negative 12x minus 12. Okay, great, it goes to 0, so we have 0 remainder, which is what we expect. So hence express p of x as the product of one linear factor and one quadratic factor. Okay, so we're not done yet. Answer the specific question. Okay, don't just do long division and think you're done. Check whether you've answered the question. We haven't yet. So p of x would equal the product of the factor, the linear factor, plus the quadratic factor, which is a quotient, x squared plus x minus 12. Expressed as the product of three linear factors. So we're just going to factorize this further. So x plus 1, I'm going to use cross method. X multiply to give you negative 12, add together give you positive 1. So it must be positive 4 and negative 3. So x plus 4, x minus 3. Done. Okay, we're happy. Question 6. Below, they've given you a form, so it's in SPOI form. Determine the values of A, H, and K for the graph below. Hence, write the value of the curve, state the domain of each. So can we please make sure we answer the questions and not leave, something unanswered? Because these are worth marks. Well, I know that my H and K give me a turning point. My H must be -1, because it's opposite to what you expect. K must equal to 8, because it's exactly what you expect. Now, to get A, what you have to do is, so for part 1, to get your A value, well, I already know some people already know, so that's -1 cubed plus 8, right? I can sub in an easy value like 0.9, because I know it's past 0.9. So when y is 9, x is 0. A, so that's 0, -1 cubed plus 8. So when I simplify that, -1 cubed is -1, so -1 times 8 is -8 plus 8. I move the 8 to the side, so A, and I move the 9 to the other side. So A would equal -1. Okay, so therefore the equation would be, so I've stated my H, K, and A value. My equation would be therefore y equals negative x minus 1 cubed plus 8. The domain of the graph would be obviously reals, because it goes on forever this way and that way. So it goes on forever on the x. For the range, it's also reals. Okay, because with a cubic, it just goes on forever, up and go forever down, across. So it goes forever up, down, and across both ways. Okay, so there's no limit to how it goes. So we're not talking about a cubic that's been restricted. It's a free cubic. Okay. Question 5. These are pretty easy. Cut, 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 because they've got factors, and this is a mountain valley shape. Okay, because it's positive cubic factor 4. Okay. So let's draw this. I'm going to cut at -1. So we'll put that here. +2. Make sure it's roughly proportional. And -3. Okay, oops. Make sure it's roughly proportional. -3. Okay, so it's a cut. It's going to be a mountain valley. Okay, and make sure you label it correctly. I need to label y-intercept. So y-intercept x equals 0. So therefore, your x-intercept will be 1 times, your y-intercept will be 1 times 2 times -3, which equals -6. Done. This one, it's going to be a bounce, then cut. So bounce at x equals 2 and cut at -5. Okay, so and it's mountain valley shape again. So it's going to cut at -5 and then bounce at 2. Okay, and we need to find a y-intercept. So y-intercept, x equals 0. So y equals -2 squared times 5, which equals 4 times 5, which equals 20. That's 20. Part C. This is just a cubic graph that's been dilated and moved down 24. So really simple. It's a SPLOI graph. Your point is at -24 because it's moved down 24. It's like a quadrate that's moved down 24. And your SPLOI is going to look like something like this. So you can SPLOI there. That's your SPLOI. You need to find the x-intercept. So x-intercept y0. So I'm going to write 24 equals 3x cubed. Divide both sides by 3. 8 equals x cubed. X equals the cube root of 8, which is 2. So that must be 2. And you're done. Okay, your y-intercept happens to be your SPLOI point as well. Question 7, find the inverse of that. Okay, so very simple. I switch the x and the y, so what